In this exercise, we're going to really build the strength and the foundation of the body by strengthening and balancing this lower part of the body, and then strengthening and balancing this upper part of the body to release the spine on the top, build stability from below so that we can really get to the back pain. If we have low back pain, if we have up back pain, we're going to open that chest and that upper spine up and relieve that as well. So it's fabulous for back pain. I'm using a sticky mat here. It's a regular yoga mat. If you buy a yoga mat, make sure you get one that's sticky. There's a lot of fancy ones out there that you pay $100, $120 for or whatever, and they're slippery when you get sweat on them. You don't want a slippery one. You want a sticky one. Buy a sticky mat. The most you should really have to pay is like $20, $25, and that's kind of on the high end. So you can buy them from my website. There's plenty of other places, probably Walmart and other places like that you can buy them from. Online, your yoga studio. There's lots of places. Pick one up. It's going to be a really useful tool for helping you to get rid of your back pain. So I highly recommend buying that and a couple of other items that you'll see throughout the different videos that I'm doing on this series. Long term, though, those things will pay off. You take one visit to the physical therapist, you've paid more than you would have paid for all of these different items added up, and they'll last you forever. The PT session, 1 hour. Okay. A good PT session will last you for a few weeks. Okay, so here we go. I'm on my hands and knees. My hands are underneath my shoulders. My knees are underneath my pelvis, and they're about a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. My feet are on the balls of the feet, or toes are curled under, and again, a little bit more than hip width distance apart. Now I'm going to walk my hands forward about 1.5 hand lengths. So my arms are in front of me a little more, okay? And then I'm going to, my arms are lined up, my hands are lined up, by the way, middle finger pointed directly ahead, fingers splayed as wide as I can, so I have a nice wide base here. If I can get purchase on the sticky mat, it's critical. The friction here is really, really important, okay? Because I'm going to be pushing my hands and my feet away from each other later on. Now, I push into my arms and I straighten my body. I lengthen my body, push my arms out, straighten them, so there's one long line from the tips of my fingers all the way to my buttocks. Okay, and then I'm going to, with that long line and keeping that long line, not breaking that long line, I'm going to start to come up onto my feet. And I'm going to step my feet wide to the edges of the mat. Wide, wide, wide. Knees bent. I keep this nice straight line. Notice my head's dropping a bit because I've released my upper spine, starting to release. And I start to lift my buttocks, straighten the legs, keeping my arms straight. Straighten my legs. Okay, my legs are fully straight. I push into my hands a little more, so I'm pushing my hands away from my feet. And now I'm going to start to drop the heels down. Dropping the heels down. Whether they reach or not, it really is inconsequential, because the point is here is what you're doing in the process. You're not trying to make a pose, you're trying to change your body. So push your hands and your feet away from each other now. And you'll notice your body comes into more of a triangular position. Push the hands and the feet away from each other. Push the hands and the feet away from each other. So you're trying to tear the mat in half. Okay, and then you come down, knees splayed far apart, feet together, hands remain in the same place, come down onto your forehead and rest, buttocks dropping down towards your heels. This is great for strengthening your body overall and starting to get rid of your back pain.